Whew. Wow. Okay, well. That's going to be real annoying if I don't unpause that. That's terrible. So I think we're back. We're back. We are back. Boy, I really have no idea if this is actually live or not. If it is, I'm sorry. It is. We are back live. Okay. Okay, Perfidious Leaf wants to know, is this Fire Pro? Yes, this is Fire Pro 6-Man Scramble. I started it a little while ago, and then I lost my internet for a minute, and now I'm back. So I actually got eliminated because the pause noise in this game is awful. Like, it's just weird white crowd noise on a loop, and it's really annoying. This is actually not as bad as it was a minute ago, but when I paused it, it was making a real bad noise, so I unpaused it because I wasn't sure if I was streaming, and then I was playing as Savage and I got eliminated, so like I'm out of the match. So we're just watching 5 guys wrestle each other now. But yes, this is Fire Pro S 6-Man Scramble on the Sega Saturn. Bam Bam Bigelow doing cartwheels. Is there a way to quit? Like, I just want to quit. I don't want to have to watch the rest of this. Okay, I'm just going to hit the reset button. That's what we're going to do. Because I don't want to watch a 5-guy match that takes, like, realistic, stuff into account, because that'll take forever. And actually, maybe it's time to switch systems. Maybe we'll switch over to the Dreamcast and play some Dreamcast wrestling games. Maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe that's what let's do. Which means I need a Dreamcast controller. Just gonna drop as much stuff as possible. That's an Xbox controller. There we go. Uh-oh. I dropped my phone, and I'm not totally sure where it went. That's not good. Huh. Well then. Probably should turn my webcam back on too. Forgot that I turned that off when I started investigating the internet problem. I definitely dropped my phone. And I definitely have no idea where it landed. It made enough noise that I assumed it landed on the floor, but it does not seem like it landed on the floor. Which is concerning, to say the least. Well. That's annoying, but I guess I'll have to find it later. Here's that Dreamcast sound that everybody loves, right? Okay. What is it? March 7th? It's like my save games to have the correct dates on them. I think I have all the sort of requisite games that you'd want to have for something like this on here. Except for Giant Graham 2000, which I know I don't have because I couldn't find a clean rip of it, which is annoying. It's really annoying when you have a setup like this to have a game that you have owned for years and years. And I took the optical drive out of my Dreamcast and put a GDMU in, and I just can't play a game that I own because I have Giant Graham 2, but not Giant Graham 2000, which is Giant Graham 3. Which, as mentioned, is annoying. But let's start with Royal Rumble. Why not, right? It's a pretty basic game. It's a pretty good time. Oh, I was going to check something, but my phone is missing in action, so I guess I can't. It's got to be down there somewhere, right? The real question is if it's not in this box of random Rock Band stuff that I still keep in my house for some reason, where did it land? Where did my phone land if it didn't land in this box? It was on the table right here. And if it fell, it had to fall into this random box of Rock Band junk. Or right on the floor, right next to it. But it's not on the floor right next to it, so... Boy, that's gonna be a real mystery. Actually, do I have a save game on one of these cards? I guess I do. Let's do an exhibition. Let's see if we can get to Vince McMahon. So this is a roster that feels, very of the time. When you use the Champion. Now, pardon me while I reacquaint myself with the controls of this wrestling game that I haven't played in forever. Remember that whole thing where The Rock was wearing like a sweatsuit for a while? Not totally sure what was going on with that, right? feel like the move variety is not. Come on, baby.
1, 2, 3.
If it's too loud, someone in the chat. That looks like it's too loud. I hope that's better and not so loud. That feels like it was probably really loud, though. I don't know why Dreamcast is so loud. I'll have to remember to change that after. I like that random dudes just run into these matches, like, for no reason whatsoever. Do a move, not even really, like, directed at anybody, and then leave. Well, oh no, the lighting changed. Now we're in a steel cage. Which I think in this game just means you can't, like, have people interfere on your behalf. I think. because that was not my desired target. Come on, baby. All the weapons in this game, like, it's like boxes and paint cans and... Huh. Yep, yep, that's this. I was just trying to figure out and remember, like... Why is Matt Hardy accompanied to the ring by Rikishi? Like, what sense does that make? Okay, sorry about that. Trying to get some folks back up in here. Oh no, I got mandible clawed just in the moment of turning around and. What a superplex. I like that we both happened to summon our companions at the same time, and by doing that, mine whipped a shopping cart into the back of the head of his. Which is good. Very good. Very nice, very evil, yes. Oof. Okay. I guess nutshots were like very much a thing in this period of professional wrestling, but like that wouldn't really be seen as like I can't believe an ostensible babyface. Although I don't remember when this game came out, like was this DX's babyfaces or DX's heels time? I honestly don't remember. Oh, come on. What? Oh, oh. Come on, baby. Okay. Time up. So what? Do I just lose automatically? Of course I do. Of course I lose automatically. Even though we both had no energy left. I lose automatically. What? Okay. Uh-huh. What? I like that his whatever he's doing with his with mankind or whatever works 100% of the time. Do I just automatically lose? Of course I do. Of course I do. Okay. That's a proper finisher. This match is over. Tap. No, he can't tap. This is one of those wrestling games where there are no submissions. You put someone in a submission hold and then you pin them. Just like real wrestling, right? So on Dynamite last week, Sammy Guevara tried to pin, I think it was Darby Allin, because Mox got jumped backstage. Tried to pin Darby Allin by stepping on him and doing the "come on, baby," and the ref didn't count. The ref blew the spot. It was ridiculous. Like, I couldn't believe it. Okay. Okay. like the visual of the oil drum just flying through the scene. Got him. The Godfather with Stone Cold. So I'm not going to wrestle Stone Cold. When did this game come out? Because, like, by 2000, he was the Good Father. Which, if you're unfamiliar with that, it was, like, not the... Probably not the... Although he did go back to being the Godfather after that, so, like... Although this was an arcade game that came out before... Like, the arcade game came out before the Dreamcast version. Oops. Huh. Yeah. Sucker. Played right into my hands. It's weird to think that Jericho was using the double power bomb as a finish for like a hot minute. This game has to be later half of '99. It has to be close to when the Dreamcast actually did come out because one, Jericho didn't debut in WWE until August of '99, and two, he stopped using the double power bomb after a little while. Why is D'Lo with... Like, did I mess it up by choosing Edge as my partner? Is that what happened here? It's my fault. I've only seen the arcade cabinet of this a couple of times. My understanding is that it is basically identical to the Dreamcast version. It was a Naomi arcade board, which means, you know, exactly what you think it means. Okay. See, I was talking about this earlier. With the old wrestling games, there's a lot of buttons that multitask, and this game also like has a problem with that. And I guess that's really because it's an arcade game. But for the Dreamcast game, maybe they could have put block and run on 2 different buttons. KO? I didn't even know that was a thing that could happen in this game. What the hell is that all about? Okay. I wonder what Edge uses finisher. I don't remember how many stages are in this game. How many, like, fights there are. Okay. Also kind of weird that you can't go outside the ring unless the game like decides to put you in a backstage area, which is totally random. But I guess the game is mostly predicated on being a Royal Rumble game, so the idea of going outside the ring is like, you know, whatever. Also that you're not like locked onto your opponent. Like again, I understand in a Royal Rumble situation, like you want to be able to go after anybody, but like okay. Okay. Well, that's his finish, and I assume it's just going to be a knockout. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So I can't get a give up or a tap out from the Walls of Jericho when I do it to someone who has no health left, but they can get a knockout with a running power bomb. Makes sense. Okay. So let's see. Do I get a KO? I'm not going to get a KO probably. Oh, I did get a KO. Okay. Well, I guess I can. I guess the last time I used that move, the guy just wasn't low enough. Even though it's not a KO, it's tap out. It's give up. Submission victory, but I'll take it. So yeah, this is part of the reason I wanted to play through this, is to show you guys the last two fights. I did a video on this. This is the second ever WrestleMania special I did on Same Name Different Games, so some people may not have gone all the way back and watched that. Yeah. The boss characters in this game are Vince and Shane McMahon. Okay. No. Where are we being whisked away to? The parking lot. Like the old school, like cardboard cutout of King and JR. This went by pretty fast, considering I had about 2 hours left, and I'm feeling like there's a whole bunch of games I didn't get to. I didn't have to fight Vince. I thought I had to fight Vince. Well, that's the 2000 Royal Rumble. Maybe Godfather was the good father by the time this happened, and they just like hadn't. The game was in development long enough that it, whatever. Oh, right, it has debuted at Royal Rumble 2000, so it had to be after that, right? Because Taz is in the game. This is a weird game. Devon Dudley, not in the game, by the way. Hardcore Holly, not in the game. But we're going to show him during the credits, apparently. Skip the credits because I think I need to save because I think I unlocked Shane. Oh, there we go. Save successful. I think that will let me use. Oh, there we go. I unlocked Vince, but not Shane. Let's go with a post WrestleMania 17 pairing, real quick, just to show this off. How silly it is. That was good. I believe Vince's finisher is the stunner, and I just burned it by hitting the wrong button. That's fine. I'll let the Stone Cold do his, and then I'll hit the pin. Okay, well, I think that's enough of this. I think it's time to probably move to the system that a lot of people probably want to see and make sure I tweet about it. I think we're going to go N64, baby. Because it's getting that time. It's getting so late already. So many chords. Chords everywhere. What the hell? Okay, that was good. Any hope that this chord reaches to where I've been sitting all night? Yeah, kind of. Just barely. I have to adjust this a little bit, but that's... Hope I'm not too in your face. That's just barely going to work. Okay. Good deal. Forgetting to save that. Alright. We're all set here. Okay, let's do this. Bother with rumble pack. I should, but I'm not.
Exhibition breaking. Survival. It's cooking. Know your role. It's cooking.
Survivor Series seems appropriate for survival, right?
It's cooking. It's cooking. Know your role. It's cooking.
The man, the myth, the legend. So Dale suggested earlier doing the survival and seeing how far we can get, so I'm going to take Joey Pink down the survival road, baby. I apologize if I'm just a little bit too close here. Hopefully you can still hear me because I'm further away from the mic when I lean forward, but this mic is pretty good at picking up. And if the game audio is too loud, let me know. Oh man, the British Bulldogs, ill-advised, like, jeans cuffed to the point where they're basically clam diggers over work boots. It's not a, wouldn't be good looking on anybody, but the real question is going to be, do I remember how to play this game? I spent enough time playing these AKA wrestling games that honestly, like, I definitely should remember how this game works. Before the Hall of Pain, there was sexual chocolate. Can you hit in this mode too, or is it just over this time? That's just over this time. gotta be Kane. That's gotta be Kane. It's Kane. The irony, of course, being that Kane is the mayor of somewhere not that far from where I live. I was on a show with him right before he died. I think his second or third to last show. It was an indie show in Indiana. Crash, mind your business, man. We go. That's the next thing we ought to get in this match. JBL.
Eliminated.
Steve Blackman. No. Oh. 4. Big numbers. Putting up big numbers here. But I think this cartridge has everybody unlocked. Everybody and everything unlocked.
Exhibition.
Andre is the last guy I think you can unlock. So. You can edit all this stuff, so I moved. Sean and Eddie never feuded, did they? That was a mistake. Did Sean and Eddie ever even have a match? Like, it feels like a layup. But, like, I can't... Like, I honestly cannot think of a match that Sean and Eddie had. And it really feels like they should have at some point, right? Is that just me? I mean, yeah, well, anyways. It seems like it's also very loud again. I don't know. Let me know if it's not. Let me know if you can't hear me or whatever. Now let's go to check on that Eddie and the Sean thing. I really were they just on different like brands the whole time? That can't be right. But like, I really cannot think of a match that they had together, and that feels so weird. I remember that. Well, at WrestleMania 20, you know, Sean had the match with Benoit. What, really? Cage matches are always too easy to win in video games. Always. Always, always, always. In fact, we're doing that again. This is interesting because you feel like going from the Super Nintendo to this, you'd feel like this is such a big step up, but compared to the PlayStation, which had, you know, it just had video of the entrance music and Red Book of the theme songs for the most part. This is not that impressive. Huh. Okay. See, this game is just, I mean, obviously... Okay, how do I climb the... Okay. Right. Kyle Bennett says, I looked into that for you. Sean and Eddie never had a match. Sean was on Raw, never went to SmackDown where Eddie was. That is a travesty. Like, not even in a Survivor Series or anything. That's just wrong. It's weird to hear that voice sample. You think you know me voice sample and then not hear that like awful Alter Bridge song right after. Alter Bridge sucks, by the way. But you're so used to it now. So this was the first one of these to have ladder matches. Virtual Pro Wrestling 2 for the N64 did not have ladder matches. I believe it did have cage matches, if memory serves. Virtual Pro Wrestling 2 is where, or maybe it was WrestleMania 2000 is where the cage came in. Spike pile driver to Edge. Like when you grab the ladder, it just flies up in the air. Oh no. I was hoping they would just stay occupied with each other and I'd be able to grab the briefcase or bag of money or whatever. The game is called No Mercy, so I believe it was actually modeled on the Terry Runnels Invitational Tournament spell it out, figure out why they did that. And that had a bag of money at the top of the tag team ladder match. So I think if it's a non-title match, it's a bag of money at the top. If memory serves. We'll find out in a minute or two. I'm gonna keep trying to climb the ladder and get knocked off of it. That's not helpful, Jericho. Oh, come on. Spike pile driver and Jericho. Should have done that on the ladder. Oh, neck breaker on the ladder. Kurt Angle, you jerk. How it is, Edge? I see how it is. Snap out of it, Jericho. That is a briefcase, not a bag of money. But what? Okay. Lens flare. Could you not, obviously I wasn't one of those, both computer players, could you not knock each other, like fight each other at the top of the ladder in this game? This was one of the first games to have a ladder match, so it's possible you couldn't. I'm going to give it, we got about a little less than an hour and a half left, which is because I lost internet for a little while. I'm going to call it a half hour. I don't think it was, but we'll call it that. See if there's any more donations, because my phone is in the void down there somewhere. No more donations since Gerg. That's okay. That's definitely not what I thought it was. Okay. So we'll do a little more of this, and then I've got a pretty good idea what I want the final game to be, even if it's going to take a second to set up, but it's worth it. You know what, I'm actually going to take another run at this. Nope. Oh, you can pin in this. Pin, submission, TKO, rope break.
It's cooking. It's cooking. Know your role.
Oh, that's an outfit. That's my old gear. It is actually very close to my old gear, which makes sense because I'm the one who put it on me. But we'll do that. We'll go with that. With the old gear. The first Joey Pink gear was salmon-colored flares. And before I got my trunks. And my trunks and boots from eye spots, like everybody. Like every indie wrestler in the year 2001, 2002. We all got our gear from eye spots. 2002, I guess, because I was training in 2001. My first match was in January of 2002. But I didn't have my gear yet. I had like a Raven. That's why the last option there was like Raven style jean shorts and ripped up jean shorts and stuff. That was my first gear. It was like a Raven style thing. Is this Broken Matt Hardy or Brother Nero? Brother Nero! Big spinning heel kick, baby. I used to do that big spinning heel kick. I would come to the ring and like track pants. And then I would hit the spinning heel kick right before I went to my heat, or right as I was going to my heat, and then tear off the track pants and reveal my pink trunks underneath. People hated that. It was very nice, very evil. Brother Nero and Cactus Jack locked in a stare down there. Oh, we've got Mick Foley clones. And Andre the Giant, which is not good for me at all. Not what I wanted to do. Oof. Big pump handle slam. Really, not even a count. No. Oh. So long, Nick. Hey, somebody's here.
It's me.
It's Eric. He's back. Just in time for Scotty Too Hottie.
Sorry?
I said just in time for Scotty Too Hottie.
I wouldn't want to miss this.
Yeah, right.
How's everything going?
My internet literally like just shit out for like 15 minutes in the middle of this.
That's fun.
Which was fun. Can't believe I can't body slam Andre the Giant. This is nonsense.
I'm gonna jack up your strength.
We were discussing, along with someone in the chat, that how damn tragic it is that Shawn Michaels and Eddie Guerrero never had a match. I mean, right? Like, that feels like it's a thing that definitely should have happened.
I feel like Shawn was gone for most of the time he was in.
Yeah, he was back by 2002. Elimination Chamber 2002, which I think was at SummerSlam or something. Or Survivor Series. So, because remember, he and Triple H had the triple threat with Benoit at WrestleMania 20, which is where Eddie defended the title.
That was when he had his feud with Jericho, right? It was in 02, 03 or something.
Right, yeah. Yeah, WrestleMania 19, HBK and Jericho had that really good match. One of their really good matches. Although I actually think that that ladder match they had at the October pay-per-view of whatever year that was, it was like maybe their best match and probably one of the best ladder matches ever.
I'm trying to remember what that one was called.
No Mercy, maybe. I don't know. They changed the names are stupid. They change them all the time. I think it was before it was Hell in a Cell in October, automatically.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure if you look up... Like,
that's right, because he was in the triple threat match with Benoit at
Yeah.
WrestleMania 20, right?
I just said that.
Oh. Sorry, I'm eating, so I'm only half listening. I don't know. Maybe it would have happened if Eddie hadn't died.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you feel like eventually it would have had to happen, but it's still just a bummer that they didn't even get, one shot at it. Oh, Scotty Too Hottie's in the danger zone. And not like in the good Kenny Loggins way. Tap out, tap to the ab stretch. So Ring of Honor just posted to their YouTube account a bunch of old matches with guys who are like big stars now. Like, we were doing it all day yesterday. It was like 3 great CM Punk matches, 3 great Bryan Danielson matches, 3 great, like, I'm trying to remember, like, who else? Samoa Joe and Kevin Steen and El Generico, and like, they're just throwing a bunch of free matches out on YouTube, which is pretty cool. I haven't watched any of them, but
The ladder match was in 2008 on No Mercy.
No Mercy 2008. That's a real good match.
That
Speaking
would have
of,
been their second time they had a feud, probably.
yeah, that was the second feud. But speaking of really good ladder matches and Steen and Generico, they had a match with the Briscoes at some Ring of Honor pay-per-view. Like
Steen and Generico.
Yes. Sorry,
I'm not familiar
Kevin.
with these.
Yes, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn is what I meant. Versus the Briscoes in a ladder war, which was like real good. Man, whoever drew Triple H for this, look, that's just real weird. Also, I'd like to take a moment to like really fully absorb how much I'm really like having the D-Blur switch on my N64. The D-Blur
Just,
mod,
like, that looks, that 2002 model of Triple H looks a lot like 2020 Triple H.
Right, but with hair and no beard.
Yeah.
The Steel
Whoever drew
Baby
that
Boys
was
finisher.
peering into the future.
Yeah, right. Do you get a top rope finisher in this game? Yeah, you do. 450. Wow. I never. I'm just gonna be honest with everybody. I never did a 450. That never happened. I think the options for what you can use as a top rope finisher in this game are like fairly limited. So I was just like, yeah, 450. Why not? I probably could do one if I really wanted
What's wrong
to.
with making your character aspirational? I don't know if I've ever made myself in a video game.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Except for like Super Nintendo era SNES RPGs, I guess.
Right. And by made yourself in a game, you mean you just named yourself.
Named the main character,
Eric.
yeah. And all the other characters were named after my friends.
Right. And the girl was named, the romantic lead was named after the girl you had a crush on at school.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a universal experience. And now, of course, like I just leave them all. You know, if I go back and replay those games, or I name them all after 90s hip-hop stars. You know, sometimes I do that.
Shout out to Ryan Davis and Patrick Klepek.
Man, I miss
Well, no,
Ryan
actually,
Davis.
what they did in their Chrono Trigger run was they just put a B at the beginning of everyone's name, so it was like Brono and Brog and Barley. But they named
pretty good.
They named the Epic Time Machine, the Tupac Time Machine.
I mentioned earlier before you were on that Crash Holly came up in a different match I was playing in this game, and I was on the... He and I were on a show together. We didn't have a match together, but we were on a show together like right before he died. I want to say it was his second or third last show before he died. That I was on with him, which is a bummer. He's a nice guy. Indie wrestling.
Wait, which one?
Crash Holly.
Oh, Crash Holly. I was gonna say, I thought Hardcore Holly had a reputation for being kind of a dick.
He is a dick, and he's also still alive. So, but yeah, getting indie wrestling dates with
I got this
guys.
broccoli that's in front of me, so it's hard.
Yeah, it's hard to look at broccoli and like listen
Keep
to
the
someone
holly.
talk at the same time. Yeah, indie wrestling, when there are shows with like stars on them or people who think they're stars or were stars or whatever, like you learn pretty quick like who's cool and who's a dickhead. And I will say that Gangrel is one of the nicest people I've ever met. And Luna, he was married to Luna when I was on a show with him, and they were just the nicest people you'd ever want to meet. Jerry Lawler is kind of a dick. Jim Neidhart was kind of a dick. Lenny Lane was kind of a dick. Which felt like very unearned for Lenny Lane, because it was like, sorry, the most famous thing you did was when you dressed up like Chris Jericho, right? Like that was your 15 minutes, and you're gonna act like you're better than all of us, like at this indie show in northern Wisconsin or whatever. Like, okay, dude, if you say so.
Just be cool, come on.
Although maybe I'm not the best judge because there are people that I say like, oh, so and so is like really nice and I always get along with them, but then other people are like CM Punk, he was always nice to me.
Mm-hmm.
People are like, what a fucking douchebag. Like, no, he was always cool to me. So like, who the hell knows, right? Like,
Sometimes it's like if a guy doesn't want to like go drinking with you or whatever, then like the guy is a
right,
dick.
then he's a dick. Yeah. Colt Cabana is super nice. That I can
So I
say.
have a
for
feeling
sure.
that you never asked CM Punk to go drinking or to
No,
whatever.
no. But yeah, Colt Cabana is also super cool, and really nice and really friendly. Mr. Anderson, well, I mean, he wasn't. So there are guys that I knew before. I guess that also applies to Cabana and Punk. Like they were not famous yet when I first encountered them.
Right.
So
That also changes.
that can
things.
change people, I'm sure. Yeah. And like Mr. Anderson was not. He was just Kamikaze Ken Anderson, or Mr. Kennedy or whatever. You know, this was like before he got. You know, but he was always nice to me. But again, we were all kind of nobodies together. Like Austin Aries, like, you know, everybody talks about what a dick he is, and like again, he wasn't famous yet when I met him, so
He was just another indie guy.
he was
trying
just
to make-
another indie guy, another Wisconsin indie guy. We were both just Wisconsin indie guys, right? Like he was certainly a more bankable like Wisconsin indie guy name than I was, obviously, because I was never bankable at all. But like he was still, you know. Like, I met him before he was in Ring of Honor, definitely before he was Ring of Honor champion, before Impact, before, you know, WWE, all that shit. So, like, it's, yeah, like I said, it's hard to say, I guess. But, you know, those guys were all cool to me. You know, Silas Young and I used to be, like, fairly close. You know, we rode together, by which I mean I drove, you know, and he gave me gas money or whatever. But I would like drive to Appleton to pick him up, you know, from Milwaukee to Appleton, which is about like an hour and a half, and then we would like go to Minnesota or go to Indiana or go to. Actually, if we're going to Indiana, usually he would come down to Milwaukee first because that doesn't make sense. It's the opposite direction to go up to Appleton. But like, yeah, we were pretty like talked on the phone a lot. Like we were pretty close. We worked out together, that kind of shit. We were pretty close for a while, and he was always a good dude. I don't know what. I mean, obviously, like he is very much healing it up these days in Ring of Honors, but I don't. I guess I haven't seen people say they think he's a dick, so I don't think he has that reputation. But he was definitely always cool to me.
Which is this? No Mercy.
This is No Mercy. Yeah.
Okay. I have a hard time telling you sometimes. They can't all be-
Yeah.
Unless it's at the title screen, they all look very similar.
Right. For sure.
What else did you get up to today?
I did some Fire Pro Gaiden and Fire Pro 6-Man Scramble on the Saturn. I'm trying to remember when you left. You left after 3 count bout, right?
Mm-hmm.
I did. I did Steel Cage Challenge on the Master System, which has a different roster and is also like extremely bad. Oh, Mae Young is coming down to the ring. There are so many. They put so many characters in this game. I'm gonna beat up Mae Young. She's not even close to the ropes. This is nonsense. This is way rope breaks. As opposed to Slam Masters where there are no rope breaks. This game is way too generous with the rope breaks. I was noticing that I've not yet pontificated on this, but I did notice earlier that I'm not sure that any wrestling game has ever properly sized the wrestling ring with the characters. It's always too big.
Mm-hmm.
Like even the newest ones, like even 2K20 or whatever, which I mean is bad for other reasons, but like
I think given how difficult it is to make like hit boxes and stuff like that.
yeah, I mean it would be hard to do stuff, so I assume that's the reason. But it's still kind of weird to just sort of take stock of that and be like, nobody gets this right. Like Madden, I think gets the size of a football field, right? Relative to the players. Although I haven't played a Madden game in a really long time, so maybe it doesn't.
That was more of an issue in the old game.
Right. But like a wrestling ring, I mean, the way I was trained is that, you should be able to take three sort of gazelle steps across the ring, and that should get you from one side to the other. And
I
my
feel like
character model in this game
quite a bit smaller than some of the other ones out there, though.
Yeah, that's true. This is probably maybe as close as it's gotten to the 20-foot ring. But there's like 3 rolls from corner to corner, 4 rolls, 3 rolls from center to center, 4 rolls from corner to corner, like somersaults, when you're doing warm-ups and stuff. 3 steps to get across the ring. That's how you make it look like you're faster than you are, is by just taking sort of like these big leaping steps. If you take baby steps, it looks like you're taking a really long time to get from one side to the other. These are the tricks of the trade. These are the things that nobody talks about. People are like, oh yeah, work the left side and like this, that, and the other thing. They don't... Nobody. I'm really exposing the business here tonight by telling you about how many steps it should take you to get from one side of the ring to the other.
Jim Cornette is going to have an angry internet rant about you tomorrow on his YouTube page.
Yep. I'm sure.
Who the hell is this guy? I think he is.
I think I saw that the Young Bucks are putting a book out that's called Killing the Business, which is... Everybody's killing the business. Orange Cassidy's killing the business. Even though every non-wrestling fan I know who has seen Orange Cassidy thinks he's the best thing in the universe. Like, the CEO at my company saw... Someone posted a clip of Orange Cassidy on, like, Twitter or Instagram or something, and he's like, do you know who this guy is? And I'm like, yeah, it's Orange Cassidy. And he's like, this is amazing. I'm like, oh man, if that clip is all you've ever seen, you don't even know how great Orange Cassidy is. They sent him a bunch of Orange Cassidy clips, and he's like, this is amazing, this is great, I love this guy.
I don't think I've actually... I need to...
One of my favorite things about this
I need
game...
to watch some of his things.
One of my favorite things about this game is that you can steal other guys' finishers by pressing A and B when you've got special. Which I always thought was just like a really cool, fun thing. He's not even near the ropes. What is going on with the... This game is being too kind with the rope breaks. Yeah, there's a new mod for this game out that I wanted to try, but I didn't want to try to do it on stream because, like, I should have tried Doomsday Device The Rock for Jericho. I fucked up on that. Because getting that stuff running is always a giant pain in the ass. Most times. Mm-hmm. Although this one, it looks like they bundled the N64 emulator in with the... Like, so it's like... Right, like, it's all zipped together, and you just run the game through the emulator, and then click the couple of options that it tells you to choose. Like... And that should be it. It should work fine. But I haven't tried it yet, and if it didn't work, I didn't want to mess around with it. But it's supposed to be like kind of the definitive mod for this game. Which at first, I honestly wasn't even sure if it actually was a mod of this game or just like using the style. But it looks like it is actually a mod of this because it runs on an emulator. Also, apparently at C2E2 in Chicago before Revolution, like, there was a panel with the Elite, and somebody asked about, like, oh, are you guys gonna, like, they just released action figures, and they're like, are you gonna do a video game? And they're like, well, we want to, but, like, there's one developer that everybody wants to make the video game, and, it's a process. And I was like, dude, if these fucking guys get AKI to stop making style-savvy games and make a new wrestling game, like, the whole AEW experiment will have been worth it.
If they've still got it.
Yeah, well, that's true. I think a lot of the same people still are there. I've heard that they did 2 like Yakuza spin-off games for the PSP that
Okay,
were like
yeah, sure.
kind of wrestling games, like fighting games, and people said they were good, I guess, but the 2 Def Jam games were good. The Ultimate Muscle games they did were good. That's
Mm-hmm.
not super recent, obviously, but it's like more recent
I'm
than
gonna say all
this.
that stuff's like more than 10 years ago, though, right?
Yeah. Apparently, they did a wrestling game for Japanese mobile, like for Android in Japan, that people liked insofar as as good as a mobile phone game,
Mm-hmm.
wrestling game could be. And that was only like a few years ago, like 3 or 4 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. Oof. So yeah, I don't think so. In this game, you can unlock characters by playing through this until they or when they show up. If you eliminate them, then they're unlocked. But you can also just buy them from the SmackDown Mall, and I think I honestly unlocked everybody by buying them, by saving the money and buying them. Boy, that tells you the last time I messed with anything in this game because I renamed Road Dogg to BG James. So, and haven't changed it back yet. So, this was a while ago that I last messed with anything in this game. What a brain buster. What a maneuver. So how was your grocery shopping and whatever else? Was the toilet paper aisle completely picked over?
No, I didn't make it to the place I was trying to get to anyways. I went for a walk and I bought a few things at the closer one. I'm gonna go again tomorrow to a Wegmans maybe. And
Gotcha. Oh man, I miss Woodman's. No Woodman's in Tennessee. I think there's some stuff in the chat. I just glanced behind me. Is there any chance you can peep that real quick?
Zion Farm says just tuning back in.
What's up,
Classes
Zion
used to
Farm?
be in the late 90s. I was a teenager growing up in the mid to late 90s. Does that sound recent?
That I did not see that. So
Kyle Bennett says, I looked into that for you. Sean and Eddie never had a
that I
match.
saw.
Sean was on
That-
Raw
Yeah, that I did see.
and never went to SmackDown where Eddie was. So
Yeah, that I saw. But I think he's got another comment. More recent.
no, I don't see anything else. But
I see. When it comes to certain guys being dicks, it's a big difference between the wrestler backstage and being a fan. Yeah, probably. I would imagine that they probably put on their best faces for fans more so than their colleagues, although they should treat their colleagues well too. Oh, you might have top chat on, and so sometimes they don't come, like, if you have top chat selected instead of all chat, it'll
live
still
chat,
hide, or live chat, yeah. It'll hide some
I don't
stuff.
know why it would hide stuff.
I have no idea why it decides to hide stuff. I played through Royal Rumble on the Dreamcast while you were gone.
How'd that work out?
It's a weird game. It's one of those very like of its time, like It was like a collaboration between Ukes and Sega and THQ and WWE, and it was an arcade game. And the graphics are kind of weird looking, but
They looked amazing in screenshots.
they looked amazing in screenshots.
2000 or 1999 or whenever.
Yeah. Well, that was part of what I was trying to figure out is like when did this game come out? Because it has Jericho and Taz, but it has Godfather as the Godfather, not the Good Father.
Mm-hmm.
And like the roster's kind of weird. It's just the whole thing is strange.
But yeah, when you watch it now, it just looks like a high-resolution Nintendo 64 wrestling.
Yeah, it does. It plays weird though too, because it's so arcadey, like, and it's, you know, the whole attraction of it was the Royal Rumble mode. So when you're playing not the Royal Rumble and like you don't lock onto your opponent, like you whichever direction you face, you just start punching in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
It's really weird.
We rented it, but I think only once.
Yeah, I'm surprised at how many games I've been able to get to, or how few games I should say I've been able to get to today. Like, I really would thought I was gonna do more, and now I'm like kind of staring the end times down here, and it's like, wow, I thought I would play more games. Like once I'm done with this, I'm gonna throw in the last game, which is gonna be WrestleFest. Which is gonna take a second to set up, but worth it. And I'm going to go until about 8:30 because I lost internet for a little while there. So, or, you know, depending if we're in the bubble. I don't think we're going to get enough donations for me to talk about a Silas Young match I had a long time ago, but that's okay. But I recently posted my first paid match to the YouTube channel where I've been posting that stuff, and the first donor who donated to this thing today marked themselves as the J. Michael Longfellow Appreciation Society, which was my first gimmick. No, that was me.
Oh.
That was my first gimmick. My first paid gimmick, I guess. I wore a sweater vest, and it was J. Michael Longfellow and Sonny Prescott III with their manager Tommy Rocks, the Prep Boys.
Very nice. What did the J stand for?
I mean, I don't think it's that hard to figure out.
I don't know. It could be anything.
Could be anything. Julius.
Jermichael.
Yes.
Jammin' Michael Longfellow.
Yes. Accurate. That would be accurate, but I don't know if it was. I was gonna say I'm hearing Real American, but like I don't think Hulk Hogan is in this game, and like oh no, it's because the Stooges used it as their entrance music to dunk on Hogan. Well, Pat Patterson lived up to his reputation and got, as a stooge anyway, is not his reputation as a wrestler, and got immediately eliminated by me. Now, they're Real American again, so I guess that must mean it's Gerald Briscoe.
There's no secret Hogan in this game.
No, there's no secret Hogan. You could probably make him. I'm sure you could make him.
Oh, I'm positive about that.
All the necessary components are here, I'm sure.
You and Jerry. You got fucked by Dean Malenko and Jerry Briscoe. Teaming up on you.
No, Jerry Briscoe and I are teaming up on Dean Malenko.
Oh. Truly one for the ages.
Truly. Oh, body slamming a big guy. Yeah, that's how many I've eliminated. No, that's how many there's been.
Oh, that's how many have been eliminated.
Yeah.
I don't. What is it? 30 in this, or I don't remember.
I think it's like 50 or something. This is the elimination mode, so it's like as many characters as exist in the game, I want to say. It's Briscoe's finisher. Dragon screw leg whip.
Uh-huh.
And a second dragon screw leg whip. Rolling dragon screw leg whips is Gerald Briscoe's finisher in this game. Why would Viscera break up a pinfall between me and Gerald Briscoe? That doesn't make any sense.
Why would you try and pin Jerry Briscoe?
I mean...
He was helping you out a minute ago.
Well, yeah, that's... Look,
you
man.
Stabbed him in the back.
No allies, only enemies. That's how it works in these type of matches, you know? I dropped my phone earlier, and I couldn't find it, and now I just heard it vibrate.
I can hear it buzzing.
Yeah. So it's got to be nearby, right?
Mm-hmm.
Matt Hardy's here to delete Gerald Briscoe.
It's crappy old Matt Hardy. Nobody cares.
I just got suplex reversed by Gerald Briscoe. Like, are you fucking with me? I know. I've been in this match for a really long time. I feel like I could submit at any moment. Gerald Briscoe's got his special meter all the way up. He's going after Woken Matt Hardy.
No, this is just regular Matt Hardy.
And apparently the stink face is his turnbuckle finisher.
I'm sorry.
Me too. What? Time for Gerald Briscoe to be done in this match, I think. Oh, unless Matt Hardy wants to save him. Oh, come on. That's not good. Hey, it's the SmackDown #1 announcer. This is the third Mick Foley we've had in this.
Classic 1997 Royal Rumble
Yeah.
shit. 97?
98.
98?
Featured 3 Mick Foleys. Except in this one, 2 of them were in at the same time, which was, you know. Oh, Mick.
I watched Midsommar last night.
Oh, yeah, that's a good movie. What'd you think?
It was okay. Yeah, it was fine. I don't think it was particularly exciting or anything, but it was fine.
Exciting is probably not the word I would use, no.
It was a little too long, I thought.
I feel like there's an extended cut that is, like, fairly long.
The one I watched was like 2.5 hours, so I don't know if that's...
think that's the extended cut.
Longer than I felt I necessarily needed it to
I
be.
definitely don't remember it being 2.5 hours long, but maybe I just liked it more than you did. Also, that sounded like a of approval from Alex Rio.
That's too much. No, 2 hours? Too much.
2 hours.
So what is it?
Too much,
What is
huh?
it?
Midsommar.
Midsommar?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's too much.
Too much Midsummer.
I
Is it too sexy?
haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. So.
Is it also too hot and too sexy?
It's too much to handle and too fast, too furious, of course.
Too
That's
cold
like the
to
obvious
hold.
one, but you know we gotta throw it in there. Shoutouts to the Fast and the Furious. What up, guys?
How you doing, bud?
Hey, I'm good. Are you guys still like doing wrestling stuff or whatever?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool.
I'm just sitting here talking about stuff.
Like Midsummer, apparently. I liked Midsummer more than The Witch, which is
It was good.
one of the
you
other.
Know, you know what I really like is I really like Florence Pugh a whole lot.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
She's fucking great. That's my official stance.
I've heard that she's very good in Little Women, but I did not see Little
Yeah,
Women.
I missed that. But I think it's supposed to be out soon, so...
Probably, yeah.
Actually, I just watched Lady Bird pretty recently, and that movie was fucking fantastic.
I heard. I still have not seen that, but I did hear
It
that.
was
very good.
definitely, as far as like movies about teenagers, I would say it's up there.
Friday the 13th, Part 4.
Whoop!
Heyo.
Should have knocked my lamp over.
Did you break it?
It sounded
No, I
kind of
just
like you.
punched the
It sounded
shit
kind of
out
like you
of
broke it, but okay, that's good.
Well, so I was just eating, and so I had my bowl with my spoon next to the lamp. So when I hit the lamp, it hit
Oh, it hit the bowl.
the
That's
Okay,
right.
spoon,
okay.
and that was just But yeah, it was quite good. Definitely appropriate for a modern take on that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. So
Hell
what's up,
yeah.
Alex?
Nothing. Just hanging out. I'm watching a fighting game tournament thing. Doing laundry.
Ah,
Exciting stuff. Yeah.
what's the fighting game tournament?
It's not really a tournament. It's like an exhibition thing. But
So that
That
new
new-
Grand Blue.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I was gonna say the new Arxis game. It's fun. I played the hell out. Basically, yesterday I just played it like all day. It's like all I did. At like one point, I was like, "Oh, I need to like shower and be cool," and like, because my friend is coming over later, and we're gonna play Grand Blue all night.
Oh no! Eliminated by Stone Cold Steve Austin, who then gives
Go.
me the finger, and I mean it's appropriate, I guess.
Oh, I got the job interview. That's
Oh,
Monday.
nice, sick.
Yeah, I just
That's
found
good.
out on Thursday. Yeah, it's good. So that's exciting.
Yeah, that's exciting. Glad to hear it.
Thanks. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But whatever.
It's gonna go great.
I mean, it's literally no pressure because if I don't get it, I still have my current job, so it's like, you know, it's fine. But yeah, it would be nice if I got it.
You're gonna do great.
I hope so. I hate job interviews more than anything. It's like my least favorite thing on the planet. But hey, whatever. What are you gonna do, huh?
You're gonna go and kill it on Monday.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
Get that job, hell yeah.
Damn, that color's pretty good. I gotta get that.
I was just like, why didn't I unlock all these moves yet? This game is like, I've had this game for like 20 years. How come I didn't unlock all these moves? And then I'm like, oh, because they're all the ones that like, they're really expensive and I
Don't
don't
care
care
about.
about.
You don't
them,
care about the
and
Russian neck drop?
No, I don't care about the Russian neck drop.
Continuous power bomb.
No.
I mean, that's like the only move. It just keeps going. It's continuous.
It's continuous. It's a continuous power bomb.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and get set up for the final game of the evening.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like I need to be on one of the screens where you get the like diggity dog music here. So.
I'm sorry. The what?
Dig Diggity Dog. You don't know the Dig Diggity Dog music from...
Why do you assume I know anything about wrestling?
Well, because
It's from a video game.
yeah, it's been memed to hell and back, Alex. That's why.
Dig Diggity Dog. I'm not familiar with this
Here,
meme.
I'll post a link to it.
I was
And
gonna say you just
Alright.
go to the stream.
you've heard this music. You must have.
Don't tell me what I know and don't know.
It's the second best theme on the Nintendo 64.
After which one?
The Buck Bumble theme.
Okay, fair enough.
To the best of my knowledge, I have not heard this.
Have you heard the Buck Bumble theme?
Yes, you have made sure that I know what the Buck Bumble theme is, and I was like mad about it.
Diggity Dog.
You were mad that you heard the Buck Bumble theme before that, or you were mad that Eric made
I was mad that he was like, dude, you gotta listen to this, and then I listened to the Buck Bumble theme, and
Fucking
it was
amazing.
awful.
What? Right about now, it's time to rock with the Buckety Buck Bumble.
Oh yeah, I've heard that. Right. Yep.
I was gonna say, yeah, you've definitely heard the Buck Bumble theme, like, yeah. Yeah. I think I've played that game. I think with you guys, and I don't remember that song. So
So what do you
pretty
think?
sure like Joe and I played that at like a PAX one year.
Probably. That sounds like something
Yeah.
you do.
It was like in like one of the old game rooms, and like you and presumably both of you were like, "Oh, dude, this game rules," and I was like, "Yeah, I've heard it's really good." And then we fucked around with it for like 10 minutes.
Nah, I wouldn't have played it before that. I don't think. So probably it was Eric's influence. Eric's
I
bad
definitely
influence.
at a PAX played No Mercy with somebody.
Oh, No Mercy.
Maybe-
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
I
not
thought you were
Buck
talking about
Bumble, just like-
Oh no, not Buck Bumble. I fucking don't give a shit about an N64 platformer anymore.
Yeah, well,
Like,
you care about the Buck Bumble because of the theme. Listen,
Apparently. Or you should. I mean.
I will listen, but not to the Buck Bumble theme.
Will you listen to the Diggity Dog theme? Then?
I did. I turned it off, but I did listen to it for. Its loop. The thing is I think what would make it very special is if the loop was shorter. But as it stands, it is like second to like I want to take you for a ride from Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah, I
2.
was actually gonna say that's why you should know it because it's like the same thing as.
Yeah. It's not as funny though. That's the thing. Is like it needs to be a little bit worse to be funny.
Just marginally worse. Just
Yeah,
a tiny-
it's a fine line. It's a very fine line.
it's a fine
I can understand
line.
why people
It's
would
a
make
very
fun.
fine line. I ate a bunch of Chinese food. I don't know what I'm doing.
Does Chinese food make you crazy and I didn't know that?
Maybe, yeah. It seems like it might.
Now though.
The Ultimate Warrior, the Big Boss Man, Legion of Doom, Animal.
Oh man. So this is it. This is the final game of the
The
evening.
home stretch.
This is the home stretch.
Are you playing this on your arcade board?
I am playing this on my actual arcade board.
Damn.
Hmm.
Nothing. I'm just watching this. They're sort of doing like a tournament now. It's not like serious, but this dude just knocked this guy out.
What's the verdict on Grand Blue then?
It's sick. I like it a lot.
Is it out or did you
It's out on
do
PS4.
the oops and get the
No,
PC
it
version's
came
not out for
out.
like a couple more weeks, right? Something like that.
Yeah, so it came out in like Asia basically, like
Like a month ago, right?
yeah, early February. And then they announced like a few days before that oh yeah, by the way, it's not coming out in the US till what was it, this past Tuesday. And it was like, what the hell? So some people, imported it early and have been playing it for a month. But now it came out on PS4. A few days before the PS4 release, they announced, oh yeah, by the way, 1, there is a PC version, and 2, it comes out like 2 weeks after the PS4 version. And I was like, look, man, I already was considering double dipping and getting it like from Hong Kong or something because that version has English,
Mhm.
but I decided not to. So I waited an extra month, and now you're asking me to wait 2 extra weeks. God damn you! I'm like, all right, fine. I'll just buy it twice, I guess. Fuck it.
Hey guys, good news. I got a
Yeah.
coupon for 40 cents off hand sanitizer.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's
Which
hard to get these days.
I think if I drink enough of that, I become immune to the coronavirus, right?
That's how that works.
That's
yeah,
correct.
for
That's
sure.
how that works. Yeah.
Alex is a nurse. He knows.
Yeah. No, yeah. Drink it and see what happens. Please make sure you have the poison control hotline near you. I guess
But
it's
it's just
alcohol.
like-
I don't know. What would happen if you drank sanitizer?
It's-
Nothing
I mean,
good, and I
it's the
don't.
bad
Nothing
kind
good.
Of, it's the bad kind of alcohol, though. It's the poison kind, right?
Yeah.
It's
that's-
all the
also
poison
aloe,
kind.
so it
alcohol.
will soothe as it burns. On the
Right,
on the-
right, yeah.
Totally fine.
Uh-huh. Right. Sounds good. So yeah, this is one of, I guess, technically 2 arcade boards that I own. But the other one is just a Neo Geo single slot, which I feel like a lot of people think of the Neo Geo as something different than just like an arcade board. I keep meaning to buy more, but, you know, they're expensive. I'm looking for good deals. I'm always on the hunt for deals. But like, I'd really like...
Wheeling and dealing while you're looking.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I really want a Ms. Pac-Man. Like, someone actually on a Facebook group I'm in just posted Ms. Pac-Man Galaga 20th anniversary, which is like sort of the ideal one because it's actually a JAMA board. Like, original Ms. Pac-Man and Galaga boards are not JAMA, which means... Oh no, I've been disqualified. Which means you have to, like, get an adapter for them to plug into a super gun because they don't have a JAMA edge. Man, I think hunching forward to play that N64 game because the cord is too short. Like, I think I put a big fuck off knot in the middle of my, like, right in between my shoulder blades. Wow. Okay. All right, we're gonna do Saturday Night's main event here.
That's ridiculous. I do like in I'm watching like 2 streams at once, but like I like in your stream that it doesn't say like insert coin, it says buy in. I like that.
That's right.
Yeah. Ooh, I like those little like 16 or 8-bit or whatever this is like pictures too. Of everybody. Jake the Snake, Mr. Perfect, Hulk Hogan, and Ultimate Warrior. Hey, I know who all those people are.
Hey,
This is the era of wrestling where I at least can recognize names.
All right.
Nowadays, when you guys talk about wrestling, you're like, it's like Steven Boy, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I love Steve McSteven Boy. He's
yeah,
my
well,
favorite.
that's what his name was originally, and then they shortened it. To
Changed
just, They shortened it to just Steve,
Just Steve. Yeah.
or they shortened it to just
Jesus
Nick Steven Boy.
I was trying to think of some like way to come up with a regular name, because like one dude's name is just Seamus, and like that's what I came up with on short notice.
dude's name is
I mean,
Seamus.
Nick Steven Boy and Seamus are both very traditional Irish
names,
surnames.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was so good to see Jake back on TV.
The Snake Roberts?
Yep, Jacob the Snake Hub was on AEW this week.
Nice.
Cut
Is
a
he
hell
like
of a
wrestling?
promo. No.
No, right? Yeah, okay. I was like,
No, he's gonna be managing someone that we don't know who it is yet.
okay.
That was his whole tease. Was he came out and was like, "I'm bringing someone in, but you don't know who it is."
Yakub the Mongoose, whatever his last name is.
Yeah, sure.
His son.
Yeah. Right now, the speculation is that it's a dude named Brody Lee, who that means nothing to you. So, but that's
Correct.
one of the speculations, anyways, is that maybe it's Brody Lee because they. But who knows?
Well, hey, I mean, to the people who like Brody Lee, that's cool. Congratulations. And to
Yeah,
the
it is.
people who like both those people, Brody Lee and Jake the
And
Snake,
Jake the Rock-
congratulations. To the people who don't like, who like one but not the other of those people, I'm sorry.
I condole.
My condolences. Yeah.
So yeah, man, I watched. I was saying earlier, I watched WrestleMania 6 last night, and so first of all, it is like a tragedy that the first pinfall victory that Kurt Hennig suffered, or not, yeah, was Brutus Beefcake. But also,
Oh, the barber.
yes, the barber. But also, it's amazing that Hennig, he was just so good. He was so good. Like, they're in there, and Mr. Perfect is just absolutely bumping his ass off and doing everything he can to make Beefcake, who sucks, by the way, and only even had a job because he rode Hogan's coattails, like, to, you know, wealth and fame. Like, he's just making him look like $1 million. It's like if I was, you know, if I was Beefcake, I'd be embarrassed, but, you know, he has no sense of shame whatsoever, near as I can tell, so, yes.
Can I just say, so I'm going back and forth between two streams, and on the fighting game stream, they were all like excited and yelling and trying to hype up what was happening, and it was just, I was watching your stream, and it was just you just like choking a bald man, and just a bunch of people screaming and being excited at like a big fat bald guy choking another big fat bald guy in like 8 bits.
That's a guy. That's another guy you should recognize. That's Sergeant Slaughter, man.
Was it? I couldn't. Oh, it is Sergeant Slaughter. Okay, yeah, that is a guy. I recognize him from G.I. Joe.
From G.I. Joe, yeah.
Yeah.
But you didn't know he was bald because he wears his hat all the time.
I think I found that out later. Like, I did know that, but it's not like the thing. Yeah, I think of his hat. I don't think of his bald head. I've seen that guy in the cop uniform, but I don't remember who that is.
Big Boss Man.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, like, I was thinking of Big Show, but I was like, no, that's another guy who's big.
That's a different
guy.
guy.
I remember he's like a bald guy who's big.
Yes, correct. He wasn't always bald, though. He's bald now.
I mean, I know him as a bald guy who's big.
Okay.
But hey, I was half right. Big was in his name.
That's true.
Damn, that's absurd damage. Jesus fucking Christ.
I love the commentary in this game because it's just so cobbled together. It's like Mr. Perfect, Perfect, Plex. Like each of those is a separate sample, and they just strung them together.
I mean, that's probably just the technology. That's the best they could do. Right. When is this from? Like 91 or something?
I think. Well, let's see. This is Iraqi turncoat Slaughter, who had just like lost the title back to Hogan. So
Iraqi turncoat Slaughter.
Yep.
I like that. I didn't know that Sergeant Slaughter being a turncoat in like Desert Storm was like a thing in wrestling. It
was absolutely a thing in wrestling. Yes.
That's excellent.
100%. The Iron Sheik was his manager, and they photoshopped a picture of Slaughter hanging out with Saddam Hussein.
Of course they did. Yeah. Hey, this was before Photoshop. It was a lot harder to do back then.
Yeah, right.
Mad props to the Photoshop guy for the WWF. Wasn't the E then, it was still the F.
That's true, it was.
Even I know that.
This is before we got the F out, as they say.
I get it. Is this game fun?
I love this game. This is one of my favorite arcade games of all time.
It is one of the better wrestling games.
It just looks like you guys are just like, you walk up and then you punch them and then you get into a grapple and you suplex them.
So it's an arcade game, and when you play it in arcade, you're like hammering on the buttons really hard.
Yeah. Which you can probably hear me doing right now.
Yeah.
And so from that perspective, it's pretty fun. It also it looks really nice.
It looks really nice, and it really captured a lot of stuff from WWF that like was not in like the Nintendo games or anything at the time.
Sure,
like,
yeah.
There were no steel cage matches, right? The ref is in the ring. Yeah. All the sprites are huge. There's speech. Like Mike McGurk does ring introductions. In her ridiculous sequin jacket.
The move set is way more robust than a lot of older wrestling games.
Which is not to say
that
it is.
Do their moves. It still isn't everything that you would necessarily want, but compared to a Nintendo game.
Yeah, for sure.
Snarkcast says hopefully that means AEW will utilize Brody Lee better than Vince did. Yeah, but I will say that that ladder match, that I don't even remember who he had it with. Was it AJ
Like from
or
4
someone?
years ago?
Yeah, when he was Intercontinental Champion.
I like how
Sami
Hogan
Zayn.
punches those calendar
Yeah.
pages so
Yeah.
hard that they shatter.
Yes, absolutely. And then Snarkcast talks about the Sergeant Slaughter turncoat. Yeah, that's right. He had Iron Sheik, who they called Colonel Mustafa, even though everybody knew it was the Iron Sheik. But I guess he was from Iran, so they didn't want to, like, whatever. And then Sheik Adnan Al-Kaisi, who had been a guy that had been around since, like, the AWA days, was his General Adnan, who he was, like, Sergeant Slaughter's commanding officer. And he won the world title from the Ultimate Warrior, and then Hogan had to vanquish him at WrestleMania 7
Right,
to
I was
win
gonna
one
say, and
back
then
for
Hulk Hogan
America.
comes in with the American flag and fucking leg drops him, and
Yep.
then I am a real American. Yeah.
Yep, you got it.
Yep.
Figured it out. You solved the
That
riddle of
wasn't-
wrestling.
I've hung out with you guys enough to know that, like, that's how that story was gonna go and end.
Well, the funniest thing is that by the time they had the match, like, Operation Desert Storm was over.
Right,
the
right.
war was over already, and it was like...
No, but it was over because it's kind of like how at the end of Ip Man beats the Japanese guy and that ends World War II.
Right.
It's kind of like the same
Yeah.
thing. It's like, no, Desert Storm was still going. Hulk Hogan
Until Hulk Hogan
ended it. Yeah.
ended it by beating Sergeant Slaughter at WrestleMania 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Is there a wrestler in the new Grand Blue game?
Yeah, there is.
Because I feel like
it's
there
a
has to be a
super-
wrestler. And...
It's a super buff, like, dude, but it's not a dude, it's a woman who has a beard, and everyone, like, is confused by that, but it rules. Because she is technically, like, one of the other races that I guess just the women can have facial hair. So, like,
She's a dwarf.
the internet doesn't know how to deal with that. But basically, it's like, hey, what if Zangief... Actually, her moveset is very similar to me, like, to T-Zoc from
Okay.
Mark of the Wolves.
Yeah.
But, like, better. But,
I mean,
yeah,
T-Zoc's a
her name is-
luchador, so, like...
It's just, like, there's the
No.
like... It's not the elbow that T-Zoc has, but there's a lariat that serves kind of a similar purpose. Air grab, ground grab.
See, you
like,
do know things about wrestling, or you wouldn't know the
I know
term
things
lariat.
about wrestling fighting game guys. I don't know things about wrestlers. Like, I don't know, like, the fucking, like, oh, well, then The Rock, like, choked out fucking Kurt Angle and blah, blah, blah. Like, I know those names, but I don't know the storylines and shit that...
Right. Yeah, I got you.
I'm like, okay, I guess the analogy I'm gonna use is like, you guys are the anime fans. I'm the anime fan who knows who Goku is, but never really watched DBZ. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You guys know all the shit. You're like, nah, dude, Goku, then he did this, and then he did that, and then Vegeta, and blah, blah, blah. Like, you guys know all the intricacies. I just know, like, the names. And not even all of those.
Right.
I just want to mention that one of the guys in this Apex game sounds like a lot like Anthony. It's fucking me up a lot.
Maybe
Oh,
it is
yeah.
Anthony.
Maybe.
You don't know. It could be. Got him. Now go for the next match.
Shit, the Legion of Doom.
Yeah! He doesn't say what a rush. That's the most disappointing thing of that, like, tiny promo from the Legion of Doom is it doesn't end with, yeah, what a rush. Because it should.
Does it matter which character you are, or they all play the same?
I mean, the
they have different
inputs are all the
moves.
same, but they have different moves.
Yeah. So no, it doesn't really matter. Basically, I don't. Do they have different stats, Joe?
I don't
That's what I'm asking.
think so. Maybe, because I feel like Hogan's more... Well, the Legion of Doom are, like, definitely way harder to damage and take a longer time to put down, but that might be just because they're the bosses.
Yeah,
Like, you
that's
can't
why
play
they're
as
the boss
them.
characters, so.
Oh, that kind of sucks.
Yeah. But, I mean, it was the same...
I
the
mean,
game before this, WWF Superstars, like, Andre and DiBiase were the bosses, and you couldn't play as them either, so, like, I mean,
Yeah.
it's...
I mean, you couldn't play as Bison until like the second
Right,
version of
until the
Street
second.
Fighter 2, etc., etc. Yeah, I gotta go put my laundry in the dryer, so I'll be back.
Okay.
Oh no! Oh,
This is-
doomsday device!
I know this is exciting hashtag content I'm creating, but you know, real life. What are you gonna do, huh?
I mean, I'm excited by it.
Yeah, you're excited by me every time I try to take my mic off, and I'm like, something brings me back.
That's
But yeah,
brings you
you're
back
excited by me doing
Laundry.
Laundry.
Yeah.
Not just doing
I'm washing
laundry,
my
the
scrubs.
dryer
Man,
specifically.
everybody's got
putting
their own
things in the
thing.
dryer.
I guess that's
Yeah,
true.
don't
Somebody
judge me.
somewhere gets off on like people putting stuff in dryers.
Not somebody somewhere, Joe, right
Me,
here.
yeah, I'm right here. What the hell? Don't kink shame.
Sorry, sorry. Look, I'm not trying to kink shame. My bad, my bad. All right, I'm gonna go help you out, Joe. I'll be back.
Perfect plex. Didn't even get a 1 out of him on that perfect plex. Uh-oh. Ooh. Yep. Feel a little cheap, but I had to coin up, otherwise I was about to lose on that one. There's perfect plex. I like the sound the ring makes in this game too. That's like it makes a really nice, heavy, hollow like thud. Oh no. I'm getting bear hugged. Get him, get him. Oh. Ooh. Insert coin to regain power. I might have to. But I just hit animal with a foreign object, so... Yes! New tag team champions. Let's see. Snarkcast says, remember they had to move from the LA Sports Coliseum to the LA Sports Arena. They claimed it was because of death threats being sent to Slaughter. No, it definitely wasn't. I mean, they said that, but it was definitely because they did not sell enough tickets. Jefferson Taylor says, we need a BOR engine hack of Spider-Man versus Macho Man in that cage. And Snarkcast says, to this day, I still don't know what the hell Hawk was saying. Nobody knows what the hell Hawk was saying. Yeah, I won the title, I stopped paying attention, and I got $1 Million Dreamed. But that's okay. I think we're about at the end of our broadcast day today. So we raised a couple $100, I think. Let me take one look at the final tally. Hopefully there'll be... Yeah, Kyle Bennett kicked in $10, so we crested 200, so... Every little bit helps, man. There's a lot of people in rough shape here in Nashville, and this is going to the Red Cross of Tennessee. So hopefully that all helps out, and then we'll do good things with that money and help out folks who are displaced and, whatever, all that good stuff. So, again, just really appreciate everybody helping out, hanging out, and giving a little bit. And I'm going to leave it open until the end of the weekend. So, maybe some folks will kick in a few more bucks, and we'll get a final tally on Wednesday night during the regular stream. But thanks everybody for hanging out and contributing and all that stuff. And we'll see you next week.